Hi everyone, I'm Denis Gomondi. I'm the CMO of Quividi. And today we're going to touch on how Quividi drives value for smart machine companies in retail. Just a word on today's event. It's not a live event, it has been recorded, but that doesn't mean that you cannot share your questions with us. We actually encourage you to use the live term interface on your right hand side and to share all your questions with us. We'll be able to address them after the event. So what's the agenda of today? We're going to start by introducing again Quividi, what the company is about, what our solution is about, before moving to today's topic. And we will end this session with a special guest. We have Bob Cochran from @Planet, who's going to explain how they've been using our data to drive value for the tens of thousands of screens. So Quividi is a global leader in high fidelity audience data for digital out of home and retail media. We've been around for quite some time. We started more than 17 years ago, and we work for 600 plus clients in 80 plus countries. And just to give you an idea of our scale today, we measure more than 1.2 billion people. And it's because we work with large networks, the likes of Clear Channel, Century, Westfield, @Planet, 7-Eleven. We're also blessed enough to have the support of large technical companies, the likes of Intel, LG, or Samsung. Quividi solution relies on computer vision, meaning we need a camera to operate. We don't provide this camera. The camera is provided by the smart machine company or by its technical partner. The camera is installed in the machine next to the screen that needs to be measured. And Quividi provide the software solution called VD Reports that sits on the computer, on the player attached to the screen and the camera so that we can locally and in real time process the live image of the camera. And video reports provides two types of insights and analytics. It provides footfall analytics, meaning the number of people or the number of vehicles passing in front of the screens, and we can classify the people by age and gender, and the vehicles by vehicle types. Are they a bus, cars, vans, etc.? Video reports also provide engagement analytics, so the number of people who have actually looked at the screen, looked at the content, and for how long. And this data is sent online to a cloud platform called VD Center, where our clients can easily access it, mine it, and get all the value out of it. Because we rely on a computer vision platform, you will understand why privacy is extremely important to us and our clients. And we've been privacy by design from the very beginning. We don't do face recognition, we don't track people. And it's not just me saying that. We've been audited by a third-party company called ePrivacy GmbH in Germany, which attested that we are privacy compliant, that we are even GDPR compliant, the highest standard in privacy. We've also been security audited, and I'll be happy to share with you all the privacy and security documentation. Now touching on the verticals that Quividi typically addresses. We really sit on two legs. One leg in the advertising world, where we work for large digital out-of-home networks, the likes of Clear Channel or Westfield, and one leg in the retail world, where we work for large brands and venues. And what's interesting in this over the past years is to see these two worlds converging, creating this retail media space where we work for the likes of 7-Eleven. And this is how we touch on today's topic. Smart machines in retail are a very good example of this convergence. These are machines that have been equipped with screens over the past years, not only to show promotional content, so to increase the retail sales, but also to monetize the traffic in front of them and to show advertising. And what's interesting is to see that this machine really map the shopper journey, are really part of this retail media ecosystem. You have them outdoor on the parking lots. I'm talking about EV charging stations. You have them outside the stores, Coinstar machines, vending machines, photo booths. And you have them also inside the stores, smart fridges, smart freezers, etc. So what is the value that Quividi provides to these smart machine companies? Well, we provide a data that could be used two ways. One as the currency to sell your media inventory against. And more specifically, we provide the impressions multiplier that allows you to transact programmatically. So the impressions multiplier is the estimation of the number of people passing in front of your screens when a campaign is played. And this is the currency that is being used by the largest PDU platform. And we already have integration with the largest ones. I'm talking about Broadsign Reach, Vista Media, iStack, and Pladway. And we feed them automatically with our impressions multiplier. The other way of using our data is by contextualizing better your communication. With our data, you will understand all the audience dynamics of your screen. You will understand, for example, that, I don't know, on a Wednesday afternoon, you have more young women passing in front of your screens. And so you want to plan your content accordingly. So plan a content that is more appealing to this specific demographic. Or you might want to do that in real time. So at a specific moment, you will see that you have, I don't know, more men than women in front of your screen. And you will trigger in real time a content that is more appealing to this demographic. And by doing this effort of contextualization, you will not only drive engagement, but also drive sales. We have clients that have increased their sales by more than 10% by doing this very easy exercise. When we started addressing the smart machine ecosystem, we had two challenges. The first one was a technical challenge because the technical infrastructure used by the companies was very diverse. We had companies using high-end Intel CPUs, and we could work with these companies. But we also saw a lot of companies using entry-level processors, like ARM processors. And until recently, we couldn't work with these companies. Last month, we released a major update on our video report solutions, Video Report 7.7, that for the first time not only provides better audience data, but enables low-end processors to use our solutions, meaning that we are now able to work with almost any smart machine companies. Are they using high-end CPUs or low-end CPUs? The second challenge that we had was the capex challenge. We talked with companies operating tens of thousands of screens, and they didn't want to install a camera on each of the screens. And this is how we came with a sampling and extrapolation product, meaning that you don't have to equip all your screens with the Quividi solutions to understand the audience of your entire networks. By only equipping a subset, a representative subset of your screens, we will be able to extrapolate the audience data of your entire network. So it relies on Quividi's historical data and data science. And we don't sacrifice on accuracy. We still come up with a confidence interval of 95% across all our metrics: OTS, watchers, dwell, demographic segmentation, age segmentation. We're still very, very, very accurate. And now I would like to welcome Bob Corkery, Head of Advertising Sales at Planet. Bob, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you very much, Denis. Thank you for having me, everyone. I wanted to talk about our digital out-of-home network, which is the largest retail media network in grocery in the United States of America. And we've been very happy to partner with Quividi. They've been very supportive, working with Denis and Olivier and the whole team. So I say thank you to Quividi for supporting our efforts on getting best-in-class audience impression measurement. So I'd like to just speak to you very briefly about our network. So we installed our screens on top of our Coinstar machines. And for those of you that aren't familiar, we have a fairly large green kiosk in the United States. It's blue in Europe. And it's basically a coin counting machine as its core competency. But you can actually buy cryptocurrency off of our kiosks in the United States. And you can also redeem your coins for gift cards, things like Amazon, or even give to your favorite charities like the American Red Cross, United Way, Feeding America, etc. So we decided 3 years ago to build a network on top of these kiosks where, I mean, internationally, we have 22,000 of these kiosks, but in the United States, we have just about 17,000 of these kiosks. So we decided to install a topper, which included a 32-inch LCD flat panel screen. And we partnered with some of our key retailer grocery partners, including Albertson Safeway and Ahold Delhaize. And there are several other banners with whom we've partnered, but these are the largest ones with which you might be familiar. And they're located in grocery stores. The majority of them are in view of checkout. And we know, especially from the technology that Quividi has provided us, that you can actually see this screen up to 50 feet away. And the viewability is such, you can view from an angle of almost 180 degrees. So the screen is very viewable. It's fraud proof. It's robot proof. It's a very efficient way to deliver digital advertising. And we also know from the data that Quividi provides to us on a very frequent basis that we have the ability to deliver up to 1.9 billion impressions monthly. So when I say we're the largest network in the United States in retail grocery, you look at those impressions and it's unprecedented, incomparable, very huge scale. So the monetization strategy that we're employing is really based on one key factor, which is footfall counting. So we're getting real-time collection of high-quality footfall and dwell time in front of a selective group of our Ad Planet screens. And these screens were chosen very strategically. They statistically represent all of our network. And as we build out scale, we add more artificial intelligence to capture that growing scale. So we're always updating the ability to count the impressions if we install more screens. And for those of you that are familiar with the Interactive Advertising Bureau, this methodology is absolutely compliant with IAB, and we're counting impression multipliers on a real-time basis. And we actually use a sample and extrapolation methodology. And I always use the example of Arthur Nielsen, the Nielsen Company, which has really done a tremendous job from their early days on developing that strategy. And obviously, it's scientifically and mathematically a very accurate way to measure a large-scale network like ours. And the impression multipliers are sent virtually in real time to Vistar Media. And Vistar Media is our full stack partner. They provide our ad server and our CMS. And so this is a wonderful network connection that we have between Quividi, the Ad Planet network, and Vistar Media. And we all work in cooperation together to ensure that our advertisers are getting their impressions delivered. So we're seeing year over year growth of programmatic advertising, particularly in digital out of home, of up to 76%. And we do have the ability to expand even more in the United States. We have an additional 11,000 kiosks upon which we could install more screens. And overseas, between France, Italy, Germany, the UK, we probably have another 3,000 screens that we could also expand to over there. And we've just been very pleased with I call it best-in-class methodology. Quividi has been able to grow as we grow and scale out, and we expect that to continue. So I thank Quividi for the partnership. I thank them for the technology, and I thank you for giving me a few minutes to talk about the Ad Planet Digital Out of Home Network. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much, and we appreciate really the collaboration that we have with Ad Planet. So thank you again for participating in this webinar today. So before we close this webinar, I would like to summarize again the value that we provide to smart machine companies. We provide this high fidelity audience data that not only drives your advertising revenues, especially if you transact programmatically, but also drives your retail sales by allowing you to contextualize better your communications. We address a lot of different technical scenarios, low and high-end CPUs, and we also came up with this sampling and extrapolation product that allows you to drastically reduce your capex. And with all that being said, I would like to thank all of you for having attended the session. Please feel free, if you have any questions, to also contact us using marketing@quividi.com. We'll be happy to answer any one of you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.